class we have seen something about the operating system conceptual implementation, like case studies, right? So in this class or in this series, we just end with something called as design thinking based implementation of the operating systems. Of course, the extension of conceptual implementation. Okay. So in this TD base, we'll just go with something called as 5 stages of TD. We all know the 5 stages of TD, starting from the empathize to define to ideate, and again reiterating ideate in the first place and define the second place, and then coming to the testing part. But before going into the implementation, that is what we call as prototyping, right? So I am just going to explain in a very short manner that you are going to identify the pain points of what made you to think and act in the topic which we are going to discuss about. That stands in the term called as empathize, and from that pain point, what's the solution you are giving stands in ideate, and developing the stages or the third stage or fourth stage comes to the define or definition or the prototyping formats, and then comes the testing format, that is nothing but implementation and going on the case studies. So now I request everyone to understand and explain about something called as starting from the empathize part and going to the ideate part, which part you are going to implement in the operating system, that is any point of operating system, starting from cloud computing to mobile computing to the major application software or system softwares. I mean to say it might be in mobile area, cloud area, or like your software area. Coming to the software area, you can just choose to use something called as parallel processing and distributed computing. So you can just come and explain the operating system concepts which is associated in design thinking. Yes.
Mistakes or no crashes in this system. I am going to say about the empathizing part. I am going to talk about the empathizing part. In that, we have 3 pain points: sudden of power loss and the complicated in fight. Okay, the main points are the sudden power loss, the correction in complicated files. There are 3 main points: sudden power loss, the recovery is complicated, and fear of corruption in important files.
So I am going to I am Kavish and I am going to talk about creative system. So what is creative system? If there is any mistake in project we are going to go to how to solve the problem. So in this case. So here we have to empathize, then define that problem, then ID, then prototype and testing. So like in real life example, we can take as a school bus safety system for kids. So in school bus, and often kids will be sleep in the bus. So we are going to empathize what is the problem there, then what can we do for the problem. And at last we are going to do the prototype.
I am Sarvarani. I am going to take the topic first come first serve. First come first serve is the simplest CPU scheduling algorithm. It is a non-preemptive algorithm. Once a process starts, it completes until it continues or releases the CPU. To implement first come first serve using design thinking technique, first empathize. To understand the user, what are issues the user find? User find the frustration due to long waiting times. So I used to implement possible ideas like hybrid system, predictive time management, and real feedback loops.
So today my topic is optimal page replacement. These are algorithm to replace a page which is already exists in the memory. For example, they have given a number of frames and number of strings. If the values already exist, then we will set it as hit. If the value is not present in the memory, we will set it as miss. If at last, we will calculate the total value. Based on on design thinking, we can implement that. It is actually perfect